It's really difficult to measure the impact that HCR can have on everybody, but I can speak to the impact that HCR has had on me.
So I moved here knowing that I wanted to jump in and get involved, and I didn't have those opportunities in Utah, so I'm definitely seeking them here in Washington.
I attended the Human and Civil Rights Conference, and we had a breakout session with different people with different backgrounds, and the one I attended was the Asian or South Asian, and I really had a great experience meeting people from different backgrounds and be able to reflect and talk about our different experiences in education.
I think one of the things that I enjoyed the most about being there is the one-on-one conversations or the small group conversations I had with people, and knowing that color wasn't the issue. Because being a person of color in education, especially among a lot of whites, is that many times come up like, what do you think from your point of view? I'm like, I'm not the spokesperson for people of color. However, I'd be willing to share my information.
When I first got the email to have the opportunity to go to Diversity Sparks and the HCR conference, I had already made the decision that this was going to be my last year of teaching. There were a lot of different difficulties, different struggles, different challenges that had all compounded at once, and it felt like it was too hard to stay in.
To be able to sit in a room and to get ideas and understand the different perspectives really made me, it was really refreshing, and it also made me feel a part of something that I didn't even know existed.
I was able to express my thoughts without apologizing for it and without offending anyone, and people just understood. And so I was around people that understood me without me having to put in these different disclaimers. And that was a great thing about that.
When I took the opportunity and I went, it was a complete game changer. It totally changed my life in ways that I wasn't expecting. I went in really cynically. I wasn't expecting to be touched.
I'm going to the Black Caucus meeting, which was awesome. The message I got from everyone was like, once you have a seat at the table, then you can do this. And almost every single person had a white ally that brought them in or gave up their seat.
People of conscience who are trying to do this work as white allies, part of the function of privilege is to walk into a room and say, well, I'm here, welcome me. And I think that's reinforces the kind of arrogance that we walk around with sometimes. If we don't enter humbly with the knowledge that we don't have the answers, but we're here as part of listening and understanding this is a collective work to a solution.
When we are doing training, the funnest part is to get into the stuff that is a little taboo to talk about.
How much do I say? I'm going to be appearing angry or resentful, and so yeah, I've gotten in trouble a lot for things that it's made me kind of reserved and step back. But moving here, I kind of felt like, yeah, I know that I'm a good educator and the things I believe in. So WEA is support me. I feel their support.
Before going to it, I remember telling my students, I'm excited to go to this conference because going to this conference, I'm going to have the chance to be in a room of people that look like me.
But I'd never met another Filipino teacher. And that alone was incredible for me, just to see myself in others.
It's a safety thing. If I'm having a conversation with my peer, I can open up more. There's more of a trust relationship.
I respect the hell out of my colleagues, but it's really important to see other educators, just as important as it is for students to see teachers that look like them. I need to see other teachers that look like me too, but otherwise I'm exhausted thinking I'm the only one doing this.
I think it's so important to have the opportunity to meet with people with the same background, because literally you don't know the connections that you're missing. Some of the struggles you may have, other people can help you with. And it's just a lot of camaraderie and excitement. You have brotherhood, sisterhood, whatever you want to call it, together to help each other out. And you can, again, bring that, what you have, that knowledge, to the rest of your school.
That's the impact of this training. That's why it's dear to us and special, because I love seeing the other people, you know, feeling confidence, feeling empowered that can do this.
I started to pay more attention to how I worked with the kids and how I interacted with them and how I infused culture and myself, my authentic self, into my teaching. And that was, I could start to see the impact that I was having on other students.
When the union steps in and districts step in and they say, we want this for our students, it is so impactful because it bridges the gap. It bridges the gap of being aware and unaware. And we do it in such a way where it's not another diversity training. We're not telling you everybody's racist and here's some brown folks to go and teach you how to be teach you how to be hip to the game, right? We're opening the ceiling, the light, and we're letting it come in, and we're doing it with love and respect and awareness that this is a tough topic. We're all aware that we might not want to go there. We might not want to. No, we're going there, but we're doing it with grace.
This is the kind of work I want to do in addition to what I do in the classroom, because if we don't understand who our students are and know their stories, it really doesn't matter how much content we try and deliver, because that if you do the work of relational connection, then everything else becomes way easier.
The one thing that I took with me is to start small, to start in my classroom, to do what I could. And I didn't think that it could be that easy until it was.
Someone told me once that if you are trying to get in through the door and a door is slammed in your face, then you just climb right in through the window. And so, I mean, that was my takeaway. It was like, I will find a seat at the table, and someone will either give up theirs, or if I speak enough, they'll just find me a seat.